Hello Leo, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Leo for the next 3 months. So this will be for April, May, and June, or if you're more of a business person, Q2 or Q2 of 2022. But with all of that said, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now, I do not do personal readings, Leo, so if you get a message from someone, that's not me, that's someone impersonating me. Please do keep that in mind. Please do not get scammed. And you can check out my Instagram account. There's a link to that in the description below. I do exclusive content there, but let's go ahead and get all of these cards out. Now, I do not read reversals if this is the first time that you are watching me, so if you're wondering why I flipped the cards around, that would be why. Do hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow in a big way. So let's see what we have here for you. Let me pull 3 more cards to clarify as we go along. We'll get right into it. All right. All right, I think that's looking good enough to me. Okay, energy on the bottom. You have the Queen of Wands. So this could certainly be your energy showing up here, Leo. This could be any fire sign. I wonder if some of you are dealing with an Aries. I almost said Aries. But this could be you, Leo, showing up. Thing is, though, the Queen of Wands for me is a really nice card to find because this is a card that talks about attraction. Queen of Wands is capable of attracting many things into their life. The challenge is that they need to ensure that they are their most authentic self. As they are unequivocally themselves, they will attract people, job opportunities, other opportunities, whatever it is that they're looking to attract, they can do that because they have an element of passion that's hard to find, but also because they have a true authenticity about themselves. And so it's important that you have those sort of qualities if you want to embrace the energy of the Queen of Wands. Now, this is also another card that will talk about somebody who's kind of capable and able of juggling all of the tasks and the priorities in front of them. And so the thing is, the Queen of Wands always kind of has something going on, and they're quite skilled at sort of being a task manager, if you will, of kind of keeping all the plates in the air. So I definitely like to see that for you. Let's see what we have. Let's see what else we have here. Now, in the middle here, in the sort of overall or your current position, you have the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles is a really nice energy of inflow, outflow. You can see that there's outflow happening here on the card. This person is giving pentacles away, but as they do that, they also receive. Just as the Queen of Pentacles is authentic, they attract. And so when you get the Six of Pentacles, is a very, very good card to find. When you get this, it's like the idea that the act of giving is just as important as receiving. And it also might say that your sort of ability to earn is tied into other people as well, right? And so there may be other people in the mix. And so as you are generous with others, you earn more. And by the way, this does not just need to be about giving money. The Six of Pentacles can also imply giving knowledge, being there for somebody, offering a helping hand, anything like that. As you do those sorts of things, you will be rewarded by the universe. It can say that there is money coming, and it's probably because you have kind of, you've been in a sort of in the act of giving, or you've been in a sort of flow state in that there's money coming in, there's money coming out, that sort of energy. And so it's a very nice card to find. You're attracting something here with the Queen of Wands and the Six of Pentacles. In the problem position, you have the Death card. So the Death card is about a major transformation happening in your life, okay? It's important that you do not be afraid of this card. This does not imply literal death or dying. It really says that there's something changing in your life. And, whatever that may be, it really depends on your situation. But the point being is the Death card is more about the energy of transition. It's more about the energy of going from the caterpillar to the butterfly. It's also Scorpio energy. And so If I'm putting these first three cards together with the Queen of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, and the Death card, for some of you here, you may realize in these 3 months that like if you've been giving too much to a scenario, it's time for you to receive. And vice versa, if you've been taking, right, it's also time to maybe start giving. I get the sense that some of you have been giving here, and I feel like some of you are going through sort of transformation of what it's like to also receive and kind of maintain balance and harmony in those areas. In the past, you have the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles is about long-term investments paying off. You can see this person here is sort of they've grown this tree a long time ago, and they planted the tree a long time ago, and the tree is now sort of bearing pentacles, right? And so you can tell by the basket that they're holding, the ladder that they're using to climb up the tree. You can tell that this person here on this card is about to potentially take their harvest. They're about to potentially take what they've been growing here. But with that, it sort of talks about this energy of directional change as well, because for them, if they take these pentacles, they're going to take these pentacles and do something else with it, or they'll have to wait for a long time for the pentacles to grow back. And so it talks about like, do you want to allow these pentacles to keep growing, or do you want to go in a new direction and go somewhere else? So for some of you, there is a change here with the Death card here, the Ten of Swords, which we'll talk about. In the future, you have this Empress card, which I love to see for you. Okay, the Seven of Pentacles is also just generally about long-term investments paying off. And the Empress card is a major card of abundance. It's a major sign of abundance, and specifically fertility, in that not just like fertility in that like life-giving, like child conceiving fertility, not just like that, but like if you have an idea to start a project or get something off the ground, you have fertile ground to be able to do that. You have resources at hand to be able to make something happen. The Empress is all about resourcefulness, and it's also a major card of Venus energy here. Venus is about love, beauty, desire, but it's also about luxury and wealth. And so definitely some sort of big energy here with the 6, the 7 of Pentacles, the Empress in the future, something around money here. You also have this King of Pentacles showing up. In your conscious awareness on your thoughts or on your mind, you have this Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords indicates an ending in your life. This says that something is completely done. To get the Death card and the Ten of Swords, these are big themes in your life at this time over the next 3 months. Some sort of ending happening here, but it's all about how you frame it in your mind, because you could also view the Ten of Swords as one chapter ending and another beginning. It also says that whatever was not working for you, that's now being released. And so you can always find the bright side of these cards if you really choose to. And so on your mind, you're thinking about what is going on here. For some of you, you're thinking about all of these changes, all of these transformations. Maybe why is this happening? And in this time, you're maybe asking yourself, what exactly do I want to be attracting around this ending, around this transformation that I'm making? What do I want to be bringing in? Now, what I will tell you is the Death card is in the problem position, so you cannot resist the Death energy, okay? You cannot resist change. Change is an inevitable part of life, and we can get ourselves in trouble if we try to resist the change that is happening. And so this is less about resistance and more about allowing and nurturing yourself here with the Empress energy in the future. You have the Eight of Swords as well below in your subconscious or in your unconscious, or your what you can't see, or the hidden, or how you talk to yourself. The Eight of Swords is somebody who's literally trapped in fear. They cannot see the road ahead, and they have put themselves in some sort of sword imprisonment here. They have trapped themselves in their thoughts. Each sword represents a thought. And so it can be a challenging energy. Maybe some of you are like falling into traps of despair, like no hope type of energy. But I feel like what actually is happening is there's big change happening at the financial level. I don't think it's negative. I think there's big change happening at the financial level. And some of you are maybe just trying to figure out how to work through this at this time. And I think ultimately with the Empress in the future, this could be very good for you. Now, in the direction that you are headed here in the staff, in your current influence, the way that you are influencing the situation, you have the Page of Wands. So Page of Wands can talk about a big job offer coming in, a big career opportunity. The Wands suit is the suit of work, career, your business life. And so it can also talk about inspiration, and it's like the energy of energy. When you get the suit of Wands, you have two of these here with the Queen and the Page. You also have the 5 here of Wands. But this can also, if you're not like in the running for a job or you're not looking for a job, this can also say that there's good news coming into your life, just generally arriving. And so I definitely like to see that. Now, I do think that some of you may get a job offer because you have this King of Pentacles here in the external situation. You could certainly be the King of Pentacles, but I'm actually feeling like this may be somebody offering you an opportunity here. This person has achieved, the King of Pentacles has achieved a high status in their career. And they have done that by having solid and healthy habits and routines. Now, what could be happening here is you could be moving up in the career ranks because you have this in the external plus the Page of Wands as in your influence. So some of you may have put a job offer or a job application in, and you know, this application could be for a job that maybe moves you up the career ladder with the King of Pentacles, but it could also be representative of somebody offering you a job, somebody who's already in that situation. And so it really depends on what situation you find yourself in. In the hopes and fears, you're really hoping for a new start here with the Fool. The Fool is a powerful card, perhaps the most powerful card in the tarot, because it starts the entire Fool's journey through the major arcana. And it says you are about to embark on a major mission, really towards or through the unknown, because the Fool leaps forward without having attachments to the past. And in fact, the Fool knows they're going somewhere, but they don't know where they're going yet. And for some of you, you may be in the dark here with this 8 of Swords. You can see the blindfold about whatever's going on here with this offer, this financial opportunity, this financial transformation. You may not know exactly where you're going, but you know you're going somewhere in those areas. That's kind of what I feel pretty heavily for you. I feel like you've done the good work here. You've attracted something with this Queen of Wands energy, especially with the Empress in the future. I keep going back to that, but that's a major abundance sign. And I feel like maybe it's just a waiting game. Maybe there's patience that's being called on out of you at this time. In the outcome, you have the 5 of Wands. This is some sort of conflict. You can see that the people here on the card are sparring. They are arguing amongst themselves. And it really says that whoever wins the conflict or the battle of the 5 of Wands gets the 6 of Wands, which is a major victory. It's a, you know, public recognition, it's success, it's exceeding expectations. So there could be a conflict here, but, you know, the 5 of Wands can also be read as a mental conflict or an internal conflict. It really depends. With the 8 of Swords in the internals here in the subconscious, I would say that that would be suggestive of an internal conflict. Some of you, it's heavily tied into this financial transformation that's happening in your life. So let's go ahead and start to clarify the situation even more, Leo. So yeah, look, I mean, you have, there's the patience energy. So you have the Tower, the World, and the Page of Swords. So let's look at the Page of Swords. Page of Swords can represent news of delay or disappointing news. But putting that together, the Page of Swords asks you to have patience. It asks you to be careful of impatience at this time when you get this energy. And so for some of you here, I do feel like there's an internal conflict around when will this situation happen? How is it going to happen? All of that. Well, guess what? It will happen here because you have not only the Tower, but you have the World. The Tower is an abrupt change. It is a sudden revelation. It can be a challenge, of course, just like the Death card can be. But the Tower always leads you onto the path of the Star. And in fact, this person is being broken out of the imprisonment that they've put themselves in. You can tell this Tower doesn't have any doors. There was no way for this person to get out until the lightning bolt came and struck them out of the building. And so it's actually a blessing in disguise. It's actually removing yourself from a negative situation, but it can feel abrupt. It can feel challenging. It can feel shocking. It can also be a revelation. And the thing is, you have the World. The World is the completion of a cycle. It's the end of the major arcana. So you're starting here with 0, the Fool, starting the major arcana, and now you're completing the task with the World. You're doing the hard work because the World is the Saturn energy. And so I do see this happening for you. I do see whatever transformation is happening for you, but there's something around patience here that's very important to have and to keep in mind. let's go ahead and start to clarify this even more. Let's pull some oracle cards. Let's see what we have here. Okay, we're also going to take that one. So this card right here really wanted to pop out. So you have Hunter, track down your fears and desires. Okay, so what kind of opportunities are you looking for here in the next 3 months if you have not attracted one already? With this Hunter, track down your fears and desires card, it's saying, this card is saying, go for it. You have this animal guardian, trust your instincts. Trust your gut level instincts, especially with the Empress energy there. You have great teacher, learn from spiritual experiences. The Tower can absolutely bring about a spiritual experience, an abrupt change, a spiritual understanding, a revelation in your life. And then take a look at this. You have High Priestess, harness mystic power, as well as Star Ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. So the High Priestess is obviously referring to the High Priestess Tarot card. It is the equivalent in this Oracle deck. The High Priestess Tarot card is all about trusting your gut, trusting your intuition, following your intuition, and uncovering hidden knowledge. And, you know, some of you here are looking up to the stars. What is the voice of your soul telling you as you have this Star Ancestor? What connections do you want to be making here in the next 3 months? What offers, what opportunities, what, opportunities do you want to be applying for, maybe, for some of you? Let's go ahead and see what else. What financial opportunities are you looking to make transformations in, or what financial areas in your life are you looking to create transformation? That's what I feel like saying. Let's see what the Kipper deck has to say. So you have marriage, sudden wealth, message, thief, distant horizons, and official person. You also have this occupation card. Yeah, see, this is, for many of you, this is about your occupation and subsequently the money that you're generating from that. Now, obviously not everybody, but I do see that very heavily here because you have this Page of Wands, which is heavily indicative of career opportunities. The Queen of Wands being in the wand suit, which is about work. Message, you getting an offer or getting news of an opportunity. And then we have this occupation card. Not sure what's going on with marriage and thief. Don't love that. But for some of you, you know, there may be changes that have happened in the past with a situation. You have sudden wealth, distant horizons, and official person. What I love here for you, Leo, is official person is my human resources, my HR card. You have the sudden wealth with distant horizons. Distant horizons might say that it could be in the future, but it says that there are good times ahead. And so just when you feel like all hope is lost, I feel like suddenly something comes in. So this is a really nice way to end this reading. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Also, feel free to check out my email list. There's a link to that in the description below. I will see you in the next reading.